Hey everybody, it's me, Scott Sandlin here for HypnoThoughts Live. I am speed dating with hypnotists. And the idea is simple. There's so much great content and so many choices that you have to make that I want to make it easier by just getting to know the presenters and their content a little bit better so that it's easier for you to make the best choice for you. And I'm here with a guy that I've known for a little while, and his professionalism, his content quality, his success in his related field that we're going to be talking about speaks for itself. And I'm really excited that he's sharing this stuff at HypnoThoughts Live this year. And it's Adam Cox. Adam, how are you?
Oh, great, Scott. Yeah, thanks for being here.
Of course, of course. So the work you've done in podcasting, the work you've done in media creation and all that has been really, really impressive to watch, just from an outside perspective. And so that you're bringing your experience in all that to our community is fantastic. But with that said, let us know, what are you bringing to HypnoThoughts Live this year?
Sure. So I'm going to be doing a one-day pre-conference workshop called The Digital Hypnotist. So going back 10 years ago when I started as a hypnotherapist, I was a clinic-based hypnotherapist and did the traditional forms of marketing, the traditional way of seeing a client in a kind of therapy room. And it was all good, but there's lots of things now in the world of technology that can really enhance the ability to have a global client base, build a brand, increase profit margins, have digital products. So it's really taking my journey that I've been on to transition from a clinic-based therapist into more of a digital hypnotist and just share that knowledge with anyone that might find it useful.
Yeah. And like you said, with tech and with like this digital disruption that we've all been going through, that's a moving target, right? And you've stayed current. So what is it that you're going to, well, kind of a two-part question. How do you keep current on it? And how are you going to catch us up to speed, given the wide variety of people who are going to be interested in your class?
Sure. So I guess there's two parts to that. One, no matter where technology goes, you're going to need certain things. So one of the ways that I look at is that if you're a clinic-based therapist, you need a therapy room. If you're a digital-based hypnotist, you need a studio. And the reason you need a studio is that you're connecting with an audience somewhere around the world, not necessarily in the same place. So things like the right camera, the right kind of microphone, the right ability to kind of stream in a stable way, those things, no matter what platform you use, are going to be universally useful, even if there's a new platform that comes out, even if there's new scheduling software, even if there's a new way of engaging audiences. So having the essentials is really, really useful. But then it's a case of when there are new trends. So one of the things I've been all over recently is how to use AI technology to kind of get a bit of an edge. So the way that I find out that information is things like there's a platform called Medium. So there's really good kind of blogs and articles on there. I love YouTube to kind of get up to date. And what I'm looking for is to take trends and principles working in different sectors and take the NLP principle of modeling and model those strategies across to me as a hypnotherapist, so that generally hypnotherapists aren't really looking at kind of like trends in marketing or trends in, let's say, different industries. So I'm there scanning them and thinking, well, if it works in that industry, maybe it could work in the world of hypnotherapy as well.
Yeah. From what I've seen from your work, there's a curation component that you're talking about there, where you're looking at everything and really being pretty damn encyclopedic about it, if I do say so. But synthesizing that down to what's going to really move the needle for hypnotists, which I think is a great idea for a class. But let's make this specific and real. Can you give a specific example, a tidbit, something that you like to give in this kind of a workshop so that people can really understand what they're going to be getting out of your class?
Yeah. So one of the key things that I do is I love dovetailing outcomes. So I learned this, kind of phrase early in my NLP training of, if you can achieve multiple things by doing one thing, that's quite useful. So whenever I work with a client, I'm trying to get as much value from that as well. So I'm treating it like a focus group. If this one person has this problem, maybe other people have the problem as well. Because I'm an audio geek, I record a session for them But equally, I've then got that audio, which is completely confidential because it's just my voice. And then I'm thinking, how do I repurpose that audio to create video content, to create a podcast episode, to create a digital product? So for me, I'm trying to extract all the value I can from working with a client to then maximize the impact of serving more people. So it's those kind of things that in the workshop I'll be not just explaining, but actually demonstrating. We're going to be creating digital products. We're going to be creating podcast episodes, creating YouTube content in real time, so that if people are like, well, I like the theory, that's my frustration sometimes with the class, you get the ideas, but you don't actually know what to do with it. So in the workshop, you'll be actually kind of seeing, okay, this is actually that thing that you just heard is now available to buy online. You can then hear it as a podcast episode. So it's going to be very practical.
Yeah, that reusability and grabbing stuff and getting multiple benefits out of a single thing, that efficiency. The hypnotists that I see that are really busy and successful, well, I should say productive and successful, because I think there's a lot of people that are busy without being productive.
True.
And I think this is like one of those linchpins that can shift somebody from busy into productive. Real honestly, is there a minimum level of tech like savviness that people should have entering your class?
Not really. I mean, if you look at a microphone like this, it's no different from the microphone on a smartphone. It's just slightly better quality. So the basic principles of connectivity, if you can use a laptop and do a Zoom session, you're ready for the class. Like, you don't need to have a PhD in computer engineering or anything like that.
Cool. Well, are there any other pieces? Like, for me, I think this class is just such a no-brainer, because there are so many hypnotists who, especially post-COVID, or since COVID, I guess I should say, are really looking at this sort of digital transformation. And they've had, like me, I had a one-on-one room for 17 years. And now I don't. I do, and any client session I do like this. And so I think people are just getting increasingly comfortable going and getting mental health support or going coaching or getting any of those things this way. So I think the timing of this topic is absolutely perfect. Is there anything that you'd want to share with those people that drives home the value for them and what they're going to take home with them?
Yeah. I mean, for me, what it comes down to is there are a lot of hypnotherapists that I know that are well trained and they gave up because it wasn't viable for them. They weren't seeing enough clients. So they just kind of thought, I can't make this work, and they're no longer hypnotherapists. So at some level, making it profitable so that good hypnotherapists keep doing it is really important. When I was a clinic-based hypnotherapist, my profit margin was about 25%. Now, as a digital hypnotherapist, it's 95%. That doesn't make a small difference. That makes a dramatic difference. So anyone doing the one-day course can expect to have an immediate improvement on their profit margins and have additional revenue streams that actually will make them not only viable, but very profitable.
And exactly. And talking about the math and the profitability for a moment, one of the things that I've always said, and it's not unique to me at all, but I've also said it, which is when people say, how much do you charge? And how do you decide how much to charge as a hypnotist? One of the most important factors in that has been your zip code, but that's different now. Now you can cater to any audience, and the price you can charge is much more connected to the kind of stuff that is going to be taught in your course rather than just geography. And for people who are looking to build their business, that is like a mind exploding revelation where all of a sudden, oh, I'll be the most expensive hypnotist in town. Who cares? You're not in town anymore. You're online. And I think getting these tools is going to be really important for a lot of people. So I'm really grateful that you're going to be at HypnoThoughts Live sharing this stuff, because I know you're one of the people, and I get to say this about quite a few of our workshop presenters, but you're definitely one of the ones that walks the talk, and you have proven that you've got street cred in this space. And I think that's an important thing for people to pay attention to. So I want to say thank you for supporting HypnoThoughts Live and being a presenter. Thank you guys for watching this. And if you like this, please share it. Help show these to people who are on the fence about which class they're going to pick. And if you want to know more about Adam, go to htlive.net. click on the button for pre and post conference schedule. You'll see our entire lineup, and you can click right on his talk. You'll get his bio, the description of this talk, and you can register for that class right there in one easy spot. So Adam, thanks for coming, and we'll talk with you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott.